introduction he's ever had. No schmo he. Our next guest, you know him from films like Across the Universe. 21, Jim Sturgess can be seen opposite Colin Farrell in The Way Back. Nice to see you. Couple questions for you.
Okay.
We were having the discussion off air. The lack of good burgers in Britain, is it problematic? And let's be honest, you're here for a month or so.
Yeah.
Is that what brought you here?
The In-N-Out burger itself, specifically, is what brought me here.
How often do you go?
To In-N-Out burger? I try and go as little as possible, 'cause, you know, it's not the best thing for you. But, yeah, you know, you can't help it as you're driving past. You just sort of...
Oh, looks like it might be good.
Yeah.
We were talking about this as well, the big story, this reaction to Ricky Gervais. You saw Golden Globes, you saw his performance. What did you think?
I was sitting in a bar, so I could sort of hear bits of it and then not hear bits of it, you know, so I didn't quite know.
That's the best way to see anything.
I think so. Yeah, it's Ricky Gervais. What are you going to do?
Thank you.
I mean, you know, that's what you bring him in for that specific task. He's going to do what he's going to do, isn't he?
Absolutely.
And stuff like that, if he were to take you on, Jimmy Fallon said it'd be a badge of honor. What you want more than anything is to be insulted by him.
Yeah, it's like if Eminem does a rap about you and in one of his songs or something like that.
You've made it.
You've made it. You've done it. You're worth talking about.
Another sign of perhaps making this is such a fine and well thought of director. Peter Weir here.
Yeah.
He hadn't done stuff for a while. When people mention his name, they say it with such extraordinary respect and fondness. Why is he so well regarded? And having worked with him now, why do you think he's so well regarded?
He's just, I mean, genuinely, he is one of the great filmmakers of our time, you know, ever, you know, and it's amazing, even when I speak to other filmmakers, you know, great filmmakers, they all refer back to Peter Weir, and they're all like, wow, you know, you worked with such an incredible filmmaker, you know, and when you get to make a film like we did with him, you know, you really do see why he's one of the greats, you know, he's so detailed and so passionate about the stories that he's telling.
And they talk about weather conditions and a variety of other I don't know, is obstacles the right word, or challenges?
Yeah, I mean, we were just sort of thrown against every element that the world could sort of throw at you. You know, we were up against, you know, snowstorms and sandstorms like you're seeing here. You know, it was an intense shoot. You know, the whole film was pretty much shot outside, so there was no sort of comforts of the studio and trailers and all that. You know.
And did you ever think to yourself, am I tough enough to do this? Am I?
Yeah, at the beginning of the film, we were all just sort of, you know, are we going to survive this anyway? I mean, you know, we were well looked after. It was a film. But, I mean, you know, at the same time, we were out in the freezing cold, and we weren't able to get warm inside, and we were out, you know, we all dreamed of sort of getting to the desert that was going to warm us all up. But, I mean, you know, the desert is just as hard as the icy snow in the mountains of Bulgaria, so. For
the uninitiated, tell us what the film is about.
It's based very much on a true story. I mean, that's what's so incredible. It's an account of these people who escaped a Soviet labor camp in the Second World War out in the depths of Siberia. And they escape this labor camp and walk to freedom on foot from Siberia all the way to India.
Are you kidding me?
It's 14,000 miles. Took them, you know, months, I think 15, 17 months to complete the journey. So, you know, and there's a lot of stuff that happens along the way, but it's, you know, very raw, very real. Yeah.
Colin Farrell, Ed Harris amongst the cast. Let's take a look at The Way Back.
It's in Russia. Oh, we have no water. There's trees there. If there's trees, there's water.
No, I don't care. It's east. We're going south.
But, Janusz, we've got to give it a try.
No, we must keep it going south. Or you'll kill us all.
Damn it. Janusz, we're dying. We're already dying.
Stop. It's a mirage. It's just a mirage.
Wow, when he says cut, is anybody having a laugh, or it's just a serious time? Or?
It was pretty intense, you know, that was sort of part of the journey. So, I mean, you know, we had fun when we made the film. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life, you know. I mean, it was life-changing. It was more than just making a film for me.
But when you say a phrase like life-changing, in what regard?
You're traveling to places you've never been before. You're sort of amongst cultures that are new to you. You're seeing the most beautiful landscapes that the world has to sort of offer. You know, it was just an epic experience for us as a group of, you know, actors and people who were involved in making the film, you know, telling this incredible story. So, yeah, it was huge for me.
You've had a pretty full dance card, movies with Anne Hathaway and Kirsten Dunst in the Canada. I mean, you tell me, is it neat to have that much work sort of done and we're all waiting to see, or?
Say again?
Is it neat to have that much work already done? What's the phrase, in the can?
Yeah, it feels like you sort of live in the future, you know. It just feels like you sort of made these things and you're just waiting for them to come out. So, yeah, I'm really excited about both those films, both very different films from this film. and from each other.
And what do you think anything in particular is really going to pop in a big way?
Well, One Day is very much based on a very popular book already that's sort of growing and growing in popularity. It's a huge book in England, written by an amazing writer called David Nichols. And people are really sort of connecting with these characters and that story. So, you know, I'm excited to see how that sort of translates in film. And then Upside Down is just so visually just stunning, you know, made by an amazing guy called Juan Solanas, this Argentinian director. So, you know, hopefully that will, you know, connect with people just because it's so visually beautiful.
Wow, Jim will have so many big movies he'll never come back. The Way Back is currently in limited release. Will be going nationwide on January the 21st. Jim, nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you again.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Good to see you too.
Cheers.
Thanks so much.